Hi, my name's Green. We're playing a game that I, for some reason, love. I'll show you why I like it and what the basic gameplay loop is. So, when you first start the game, you start off in this hub area where you can go to the shop and buy weapons or clothes or food or whatever. You can talk to this lady to get passive, basically perks. See at the bottom of the screen how I've got 3 different perks. Increase my max health by 20%. They recover with each attack. 7% of damage dealt is recovered as HP, up to 7% of my max health. And I also increased my defense by 10%. Now, my health and my defense and stuff, all those stats can also be leveled up independently. So you level up your character, you get money, you buy a better loot, you find loot. It's that kind of thing. You go through a tower, you're trying to reach the top. For the base game, there's 40 floors. It's all free. But when you beat the 40th floor, that's basically, the developers say, the tutorial, and then the real game starts, where it's, I think, all randomized from there on out up to floor 200. Now, I'll be honest with you, I have not beaten all 40 floors, but ooh, that's good. That was a good material I just got. And this game materials are called mats, just like any MMO. Now, I have not made it past the 40th floor, but I have made it very far. I think there's 4 main bosses, and I've killed 3 of them so far. So I'm pretty close. I've made a lot of progress. In this freezer, I have other characters I can play as. The reason why this is important is because when you're up exploring in the floors, if you die, you get some free revives each day, and then after that, no more revives. And so you can go back and get your character again, like Dark Souls. But it's not too hard to explain. If I died with this character on floor 1, I would either get to respawn, and if I used all my respawns, he would stay dead on floor 1, and I would choose another character from my freezer here, who might be a different level or have different equipment. You spawn as them, and then you go back to floor 1 and kill the first character you died with. It's just like Dark Souls. Have you ever played a Dark Souls clone where you have to go back and kill a ghost or a monster where you died? It's kind of like that. Otherwise, you can always wait until 24 hours pass, and then you will get your characters back. And it resets your 3 lives a day. So, with all that in mind, I have 9 characters. When you're not playing as them, see how they're hanging up here? I can take a look at his name. It's Scooge. He's a 4-star fighter, which means the more stars they have, the higher you can level them up. I think 6 stars is the max level. We haven't reached that yet. But I've made pretty good progress in this. Since I'm not playing as him, we can send him on an expedition, which basically means I get to pick another player, another real person online, and I get to send him into their game, and I'm going to drop him into someone else's game for 24 hours. So if they try to play it all for the next 24 hours and they hit floor 6, they'll find him. And if he kills them, we get a ton of treasure. That's not very likely, though. Mostly he'll just be there and get us treasure. No matter what, they come back with some goodies. And then we'll send him on. Well, let's hang on to him in case we die. I like to always have one person in the freezer for backup. When they come back from expeditions, they will bring back all kinds of stuff. You can see they brought back money. And they brought back weapons and food. So they brought back, see this blue stuff right here? It's similar to money. You use it to upgrade your base, to unlock more fighters, because when you start off I think you only have 1 or 2, and then you can upgrade, and I'm all the way at 9. So you just want to keep upgrading stuff. You want to amass everything you can, because this game's very hard. And if you die in a run and you use a bunch of resources, you can kind of spend stuff and end up wasting things. Don't be afraid of that, though. This game is free to play. You don't have to spend $1. Just, know that at the beginning, you might actually end up dying to the point where you can't continue anymore, and you have to wait until tomorrow. Some people see that as a bad thing. For me, that's never been a negative. For me, if you can't wait a day to come back and play a game, think about how much you're playing games then. So, before we head out, I'm going to organize my inventory, that stuff we just got from the expeditions for free, I'm gonna sell some of it, and anything that's over $100 is a lot. So 400, 700, 400, 700, we're gonna make some good bank here. See, it takes the blue resources that we have to upgrade items. So you're playing online, doing the PvP stuff, which, by the way, this game has PvP and I haven't touched it at all. And I've been playing this game since at least 2018. I've never played online. So you can only access this elevator, this free elevator, if you are like a premium member, which I have paid for before, because it's really cheap. It's like, I think you get it access for like a week, and you get a bunch of coins, you get a bunch of good stuff for like $1 or $5. They've got some really good deals on the PS4. You can spend money, however, to travel to any floor. So 120 coins, and it starts costing more and more the higher you go up. But you know what I like to do? I like to just go in on the first floor and just fight our way up. At least for the first like run of the day, I do this to warm up. Get used to the combat, the timing on rolls, get used to blocking. This game has a really deep combat system. You've got two hands that you can use in this game, similar to like Dark Souls. So you can put a gun in the left hand, a gun in the right hand. You could put a spear in the right hand, a sword in the left hand. Just sort of depends on what you got. See in the top right, we have some items we can use. We can also throw them. Or if we've got it in our hand like this, we can walk up to a fire and we can press a button to cook the item in our hand. If you cook stuff, like I've got a rat here, if you cook the rat, it'll heal you more. Depending on what you have, it'll have different effects if you cook it or not. Like for instance, I believe that you can cook this guy and eat him and you'll get more health than if you didn't cook him. Or if you stomp him, he drops this mushroom, which is a tear gas grenade. And if you cook the tear gas grenade, it becomes a more effective tear gas grenade. So basically, cooking stuff kind of just makes it more effective or last longer or give you more juice. So right now I've got a gun. We're going to use this to get some easy kills here. These are some of the first enemies in the game. These guys with claws, they are very tough. If they hit you, they will deal massive amounts of damage. Now because I'm like level 100, these guys won't hurt me. But when you first start off, you need to use the right thumbstick to lock on and circle to dodge, and you can hold circle to block, and you need to be... See, that was 13 damage. That would probably just kill you outright if you were level 1. The very first room of enemies is very tough when you're brand new. I don't even have any characters that are low enough level for this area to be a risk. But what I will do, to put in perspective, if you want to be a new player, if you want to try this, if you've never played it before, I will go with no items or armor up to a much higher floor and show you what it would be like if you started the game. And I'll give you as much advice as I can. I can't believe that missed. There we go. When you're aiming, I think you press... Is it X? No, while you're holding X, you press the right trigger to aim. Or while you're holding X, you can press the left trigger if you want to aim the gun or reload the gun in your left hand. So you can even choose which hand to reload. We've got... Oh shit! He's got a little buzzsaw in his hand. See, these guys aren't too tough. Everything they drop as well is worth a good amount of scratch. So we'll take it back and sell it for some money. Looks like we got bad guy behind here. You can see him. This is the first floor, so it's going to be the easiest in the whole game. From here on out, each floor is going to get incrementally harder. And after a boss, each area is pretty much much harder. So, Wanoki. Now that is showing us the name of the next floor. But if we press down on the D-pad and look on the right side of the map, we can see which floors have, what is the word? Which floors will have an elevator. See these up and down arrows? So, to not get lost, because look at this shit. Oh, and this map changes every day. Maybe not every day, but like Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, it's a certain setup. Mondays, it's a setup. Sundays and Tuesdays, you know, like it's on a schedule. You can see which floors I haven't discovered yet. Made it all the way up to, what is this, 26. So basically, you want to go to a certain floor that you know has an elevator, because if at some point you feel weak or you're out of healing or all your armor is destroyed and you want to go back, you can just take an elevator all the way back to the waiting room. That's very important. When I first started playing this, and trust me, everybody's the same way. When you first start and you spend no money, you're going to be so weak. It takes a long time to amass stuff, but just like in real life, once you got a little bit going, it snowballs and it gets easier and easier. Let's see, what should we drop? These pants are basically destroyed. We'll drop those and put on these pants instead. That way we can carry this. When the game first starts, you're gonna have to take each fight seriously. You know, you can't treat it like an RPG and just one-tap people. You're actually gonna have to be fighting. There's someone around this corner. I'm just waiting for them to come up. You can't one-tap people, and you're gonna have to actually be very, what is the word, hesitant and observant. Sorry, I have to text my mom. Huh? It's the 4th of July, you know, and we're just trying to make sure that everyone's safe. Well, the 3rd of July. And what I'll do is, right after this... Oh look, here's a player from another game. Another player took their NPC and sent them into my game, and here they are. Now you might be thinking the combat looks simple so far, but it's not just a matter of the weapons. Like, there's a lot of weapon variety, but look at the top left, see that 0? That 0 has a bar around it, and when it fills up, I will be able to use a special move, right? It'll be like, it'll go up to the number 1, and you can take it up to the number 2. Since this weapon is out, I'm just going to drop it. And then these pants we can bring with us, because they're pretty good. But basically, you fill up that rage bar, and you get a different amount of, like, rage points, you know, 1, 2, 3, or 4, and some weapons require 2 points or 3 points, and like some weapons require 1. You basically get special attacks like that. If you attack an enemy while they're attacking, but you hit them first, you do a lot more damage. Oh yeah, see how that person was stunned? It gives you a prompt and you can finish them off. Doing that is a good way to level up your weapons. Leveling up your weapons unlocks special attacks for them. So R2 swings your right hand, L2 swings your left hand. You can combo them. And R1 and R2, I'm sorry, R1 and L1 are like heavy versions of those attacks that get a critical. Every weapon unlocks an L1 or an R1. Two-handed weapons have an R2 attack, an R1 attack, and an L2 attack. So the weapons have a lot of shit going on. Not to mention the fact that when you get guns, you can aim them over the shoulder and fire them, and you can manually reload. That's pretty cool for a game like this. Like, if you compare this to something like, let's say, Dark Souls, right? What's cool about this is, unlike Dark Souls, you don't have to be locked on to use your ranged stuff. And you even get grenades in this game, and you can just aim your grenades with a visible arc and throw them. It's actually, like, pretty easy to understand and to use. And they're effective. And they're fun, which is the most important part, right? You know, they blow people up, and then all that's left is, like, a bunch of blood and their items. It's really funny. Tamata. Alright, so Gary, we are going to have to keep exploring. Now, I know right here is a boss, and I'm going to show you that because we've leveled up so much at these early floors, the boss isn't going to do anything to us. Now, this boss is a cool idea. When you first meet him on floor 3, you're going to be like, oh shit, So what he does is he pings you with the scanner, and then he runs to where he last saw you. I guess he can hear you too. There you go. If you crouch though, he can't hear you. In this game, if you sneak up on someone, like a normal person, you can do a suplex on them and kill them. Yeah, he's very hard when you first start. I guess we'll just leave that behind. This goes to show that leveling up, this game is more of an RPG than an action game. Now, just like Dark Souls, like any good Souls-like, you have stamina. If you keep swinging your weapons, your heart will begin pumping harder and harder. You can see it inside your character. And if it, you know, if you overexert yourself, then you lose energy and you stand there vulnerable for a few moments. Which in this game is plenty of time to get you killed. Okay, so see how he's stunned? Now we can use either our right, left hand. We choose which weapon and we do a special attack. If I could do 2 more special attacks, by the way, we will get a ton of XP and complete a quest, which gives you money and XP. You want to take on daily quests so that you're always doing stuff as well. It's pretty much just an MMO, you know? Except it's single player. And it's still fun to grind out stuff. Oh, let's sneak up on this guy. Watch this. There we go. Oh! And look, now that we've got enough rage, we can hold triangle and use either our right or left hand for our right and left weapon and do a special attack. It does a shit ton of damage. We didn't need to use it on that easy guy because he's one tap no matter what, but oh well, who cares? We're just showing off, having fun, showing how this stuff works. So what I'm going to do to show you how this game would feel for me, if I was a new player, I'm going to travel up, way further up to a tougher floor. Let's say like floor 12. And these guys are going to be a little bit tougher. They're still not going to be kicking my ass, right? It's not going to be the same as if I was level 1 on floor 1. But what you can do is start the game, go to the first floor, you know, go up the escalator, kill as many enemies as you can, and then go back to the entrance. Go back to, you know, down the escalator. You can do that. You don't need to go to an elevator. You can just walk back and leave the level and level up. You'll get your health back too. You can restore all your health. It's like going back to the bonfire. It resets all the enemies, but you will have all those goodies. So that is what you should do. Incremental. If you've ever played an RPG and you know how to grind and do it in a safe way, like Final Fantasy or Dark Souls, you will be fine here. Just use your wits. Like, it sounds really corny, but just common sense, you know? If you run out of health and stuff, or you think you're about to run out of anything, don't keep going forward. Now let's see if we can sneak up on this guy. Oh shit. Now this is NPC, normal, just kill him, bad guy right here. We don't have any, but look, he's level 40 instead of level 1. Let's see how much damage they do. Oh yeah, look at my health now. Now they're actually doing chunks, and not to mention, they will be damaging my armor. When your armor breaks, you take a lot more damage, obviously. It's just like Doom or Wolfenstein. Okay, now that she's stunned, let's go ahead and do another special. See ya! What I really like about those is they're really short and quick. You have iframes, and you can move the camera around, so it's like, they're perfect. Let's see here. Let's equip some weapons. So like, a machete and a hammer. This way we're safe. And then the R1 on the hammer is that kind of swing. L1 on the machete is a dive. Okay. And with these weapons you can see their durability in the bottom underneath their icons. So I want to sneak up on this guy as long as he doesn't turn around. Oh, he hurt me. Die, you mother effer! Oh, he's a sneaky guy. He's really rolling away. Level 120? No, level 12. There we go. Oh, those drills are so obnoxious. I hate them. Now, that guy, with his whole setup, I just want to say that it's normally kind of considered scummy to send in a guy with any sort of equipment because they will always wreck low-level players. So if you can remember to take your guys' clothes off before you send them on expeditions, do. I just forgot to do that, so oops. I did send out some guys with armor and weapons. But honestly, they should be running into guys who are... Oh shit, I didn't know that would get me too. That's really awkward. We can still sneak up on him. Uh-oh, no we can't. Oh my gosh, that shotgun did a ton of damage. I know it didn't look like it hurt my health, but it destroyed my helmet entirely. So, what I like about this game is, if your armor breaks, you can just go to your bag and equip a new piece of equipment. That'll have its own stats and, you know, resistances, obviously. Some things are more resistant to fire or more resistant to poison, whatever. Blueprints are good. I always want to bring back blueprints. I prioritize them the most because I can recycle them into a certain kind of currency that you use to buy the best stuff. Ooh. Yeah, the KAMAS is a really good assault rifle. Rats everywhere if we needed health. This mushroom right here, oh, we should cook this stuff. More health. And a better stamina potion. In fact, we should take the stamina potion and get sprinting. Infinite stamina. And then it'll show the duration in the top left. So, now these snails are poisonous. So, I'm just going to sprint through. If you stand the poison too long, you get poisoned. If you're low level, you pretty much get poisoned immediately because you have no like internal resistance. Internal? Intrinsic? Komoto. We're looking for a Komoto. This is Mamahara. We're not going to anything except for a Komodo. And let me take a look at the map. There is, see that blue line right there? There is a door connecting us, so we should be able to walk to it. We don't need to take the elevator. Alright, what's over here? Oh shit, yep, we got poison. Now you know what's a good cure to the poison? You can throw it up like this by mashing X. This is a bad cure. It's not very quick. Another way we can stop the poison, one reason I love this game, because you're probably like, oh, this is just a grindy arcade game, but what I like about it is when you're out in the world, there's all kinds of interactions like this. Now, remember how at the beginning I said you could get these little tattoos on your body, these little stickers, and I showed off like, oh, mine raises my health and my defense, and gives me health back when I hurt things. One of the perks makes it so that when you get poisoned, you heal instead. So the whole, like, later on there's a whole snail poison level. You get healed just walking through it instead of having to worry about all this poison shit. That's cool. That is a cool build you can have. But it's like, at the beginning you can only have like 1 or 2 perks, I think. At the beginning you can only have 1, pretty sure. So your only perk being, oh, I get healed from poison is a big decision. Now if I kill a snail, remember how earlier I killed a frog and it turned into tear gas? Well, if you kill a snail, it drops snail shroom, which makes you immune to fire, electricity, and poison for a whole minute. How fantastic is that? And now, if I could reach this guy, I could pick him up and bring him with me, and eating a snail that's not been destroyed will give you a lot of health, but you can only get the ones on the ground. Now, Komoto. This is perfect. Exactly where we want to go. We're going to keep going up. And again, we want to make sure that we're going to a level. Alright, Komoto's got an elevator. Because if on the next floor I kind of get beat up, or there's a boss, or if I get invaded, basically, you know, by an NPC, I want to make sure that if I run out of equipment, I can make it back home safely. Because again, you only get 3 lives between... I get 3 lives between all 9 of my characters. When you first start, you're going to have your 1 or 2 guys, and you're going to have 3 lives for all day. You know, for me it's like, oh, a guy dies, send another one and save him. Easy peasy. And then if that person dies, I've got 3 lives, so respawn. And if I run out of 3 lives, wait till tomorrow. Or send another person in if I'm really being stupid. But yeah, this game is very fun. There's a lot of strategy. I like that in between the floors it shows you how your character's outfit changes. If you pull up a screen, it also shows the map. It shows where you run around and all the items you pick up. That's very fun to me for some reason. I really like the setting of this level. So we're outside now a little bit more than at the beginning, and yeah, we're basically making our way further and further up the tower. And at the beginning it's like subways and sewers and stuff, and then eventually when you get outside it just blows your mind. There's like I think there's a carnival eventually, but for sure you do go to a bunch of parks and stuff. Hello. Headshots do more damage. Oh, and look at this. Uh-oh, we're not going to do it in time? Yes, we are. Nah, we're not going to shoot you. Just kidding. How funny is that? This game rocks. Okay, so I actually am getting outnumbered here. There we go. Using both weapons is key. Because you can basically reset your combo. So you can be like 1, 2, and then you can go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It takes a lot of stamina, but it's better than just running out of a combo and being like, oh, now what? Just keep going. When one combo ends, you immediately pick up the next. Now this sniper rifle we should bring with us because it's really good. And these snails are so obnoxious. But what we'll do is we've got a ton of pistol ammo. So let's go ahead and reload. Let's just start taking them out, honestly. Genuinely. I can't aim for... Excuse me? What's going on over here? Where am I shooting? I have to like aim above it. Does the bullet drop like an arrow? This game is busted. Well, guess what? This game's also got a jump button. This game kind of reminds me of Dead Rising with the like limited inventory and stuff like that. Okay, so if you take a look at our health, it's actually not very high. And that mushroom didn't heal us up too much, so we should probably take it a little easy. We need to cook this rat. Next fire we see. Okay, we are increasing our attack damage by 50... Our attack damage. We're increasing our damage by 50%. That's pretty good. But only for a minute, so we need to hurry and find more dudes. Where's everybody at? Still immune to that. Oh, since we're immune to this, we should pick this guy up. Oh, whoops. That's not what I meant to do. You crouch, and then you can pick it up. Yeah, we're going to bring the snail with us alive, because this way it'll actually heal us. They're also worth a lot of money. You're going to need money a lot in this game. By the way, this game will probably take you a few months. I've been playing it for like 6 years, but I also have been, you know, not playing it for like 1 whole year at a time. I would take pretty big breaks. I'd say realistically, I've probably played this game for maybe 2 years, you know, to be fair. And I know people will be like, you haven't beat this game in 2 years, and it's like, I don't really stress about it. I kind of find this game just relaxing and meditative to, you know, boot it up, get your daily, you get a free item every 24 hours. So, you know, you open up the chest in the waiting room and you see what you got. Kaga is where we're going next. So, like, you might start the game at 10 in the morning and be like, oh, last time I played was 9 a.m., so I got a chest, open the chest up, and you might get some really good materials. It might literally be the material you were waiting for, and so you go and you craft some armor. It's like, alright, that's going to take 20 minutes. While I'm waiting for that, I'll go do a run. So you go and you do an easy run. I like to start at floor 1, like I said. And you don't have to go from floor 1 to floor 10, that's stupid, but you can start floor 1, and as soon as you hit that elevator, go to floor 5, or 7, or 11, or 15, or 20, wherever you're trying to go. But I like to start as floor 1, just because sometimes you might forget something. In floor 1, you can be like, oh shit, I totally forgot to bring health. Alright, let's go back. And you won't have to worry about dying. Speaking of worrying about dying, our health is not doing great. Rats are not a good amount of health, but they're also not worth a lot of money, so I don't mind eating them. Just eat it right now. That'll get us full health, right? No, 1,040. That's right. Out of 1,100. I should have been able to do that math. Decoy shroom. A decoy bomb does a lot of damage. Oh shit! Someone snuck up behind us and they accidentally hit him with the shotgun. Good work, team. Oh, this is... Okay, so we want to kill this guy with the hammer, I think. Nice, that works. This is a slaughter, honestly. The combat in this game is very satisfying, especially as you level up. If you block right before someone hits you, you will parry them and they'll be like, you know, stunned. They'll be caught off guard for a second. It's very good. Okay, throwing this at people makes them confused, which I believe means they'll attack each other. Or maybe they just like get a little question mark over their head and just stand there like fucked up. Ooh, vegetable oil seems rare since we've only got one so far at home. And there's a fire here, so let's cook. Let the man cook. We gotta cook our snail. Cook our decoy shroom. Should hopefully make it do more damage. Cook the confusion mushroom. Now the other mushroom there, we're not cooking it because I think that either doesn't work or it ruins it or something. It's just not worth it. I've done it before and I just remember it's not worth it. Okay, oh, a blueprint, thank goodness. As soon as we find the elevator on this floor, by the way, we're going to take it back to the ground floor because one of our fighters came back from an expedition, which means they brought us a bunch of stuff. It might be some pretty good weapons and stuff like that. Or it might be, you know, a bunch of garbage and we can sell it all. Either way, you know, we want to go back with the XP we have and get our health back too, because we're pretty low at this point. In fact, let's take a look at what weapons we have. Right now we got another hammer, throw that down, and we got a pipe. So we've got two hammers that we're dual wielding. After that we can hit people with a pipe or shoot them with this giant ass AWP. We've got like a rifle from like Counter-Strike. Oh, and look at this, looked familiar. Okay, elevator here. Now sometimes if you look past the elevator there might be a little bit more of the level. And it might just be a few enemies and then you can come back. Or maybe a chest and you can come back. And obviously this will lead to another floor too, but we're not going to go all the way. I can hear some stuff, so let's sneak up. And we don't have any helmet, unfortunately. Oh shit, how did he know? That was kind of BS. Nice. Having one weapon, like the same kind of weapon in each hand, actually makes your combos pretty badass. It's the same combo, it just comes out really quick. I want to get suplex on this person, I don't know why, I just love the suplexes. Goodbye. Hopefully they drop some armor. Nope, just a machete. We could grab this fish. Okay, we got to stun the fish first. Okay, now the fish is stunned, now we can pick it up. I'm gonna eat it, because we actually need health. 360, that's a good amount of health. So now we know fish are what we should be using for our health. Snails will probably give us an okay amount of health, but rats are pretty small. It's like 10%, not great. A little less than 10% since we're at 11 and they give us 100. Or I should say we're at 11 and they give us 1. Alright, what do we have over here? Keep your eggs peeled, because in this game, since you can grab ledges, just like Dead Rising or Dead Rising 2, you should always be looking out for ledges to jump and grab onto. Like, this is cotton, which we have 0 of, and I know is good. See our right-hand weapon's about to break? We should just drop that so we can take this. Hammers are not rare. We come by those all the time. We can literally just purchase them, too, if we wanted. Let's head back now. In fact, our shirt's about to break. We might as well just drop it and be safe. I think this is actually heading forward, but I want to see what's up here. Oh yeah, it's just taking us to another floor. It might even be taking us down. And it's taking us off to like a sideways floor, which, you know, then you have to come back from, and this floor will be restocked. Taking the side trips is so dangerous, and I'll explain why right now. I think killing these guys gets you XP. Never mind, it's not worth it. I'll explain. So, if you take a look, let's say we were on Akangaoka, right? Let's say we went up to Momahara. We would have to come back to Akangaoka, and you wouldn't pop out right next to the elevator. You would pop out over right there where I just showed you, where we just were. And then you'd have to come through here, through all of these enemies, and you don't know what's on that second floor. It might be tough as shit. Obviously you can leave it at any point, but still, you'd come back to this floor and everything would be reset. So just before you go to a side floor, also look at, to go all the way back to the waiting room, it costs us 1,500. Because the price of the floor is based on your distance from it, which is really fucked up. Obviously, the floors above you, I don't know if these are much further, but they just cost more because they're above you. So, even if it's below you, it's like, whoa, going all the way back to the waiting room is going to be 1,000 now? 1,500? But to be honest, we made far more than 1,500. We're about to see how much money we made when we get back to the home base. Alright, here we go. We're returning to the floor, so it's going to tally up all the XP we got, all the bloodnium we got. There's a couple of different resources you can pick up. So, like I said, if you're level 1 on the first floor, if you're starting to get overwhelmed, come back and you will be rewarded with the money you got, the XP you got, which I think is the blue stuff, maybe, and the bloodnium. Actually, maybe it doesn't show our XP right here. Yeah, that's your daily box. Right now, I have 19 hours left. It only drove in because I just opened it before we did that floor. It's not going to show that cutscene every single time you load in. So yeah, it looks like at this point, if I want to level up anymore, it's going to cost bloodnium, which is really rare to get at low floors, but the higher you go, and this, if you look at the wiki, I can't remember exactly how to get it. Sorry, I sound like, what's the point of watching this video if this guy knows nothing? Well, you're here for my personality. Smile, /smile, aww, aww. So basically, let's check on our guys. We're gonna say hello. They're gonna come in with all the stuff that they brought us. We get to check the screen to see their status. This is how you get the items, so. Alright, looks like Scott was out for 3 hours, came back with 4 different healing items and 2 weapons, some gold and some, you know, blue juice, which we use for research. Same thing, this person came back with, well, Lloyd came back with a little less. 4 food, some gold, and some juice. But they might have brought back a lot of gold, so let's check. That stuff is put here in our reward box, or whatever. Oh, and my bag is full, so we're gonna have to sell some stuff. Also, this is our main storage, which you can upgrade with little skulls, these rainbow skulls. The rainbow skulls you get awarded with periodically. No, you do quests to get those skulls, that's right. Or you can spend money. See up in the top right that I've got 3 rainbow skulls? You can do quests to get those, and then you can use them to do things like, you know, upgrading your storage or whatever. You can even spend them to, like, let's say you used your 3 retries and you're out, you can spend one of those and come back to life. And as long as you're doing quests, you always have them. But they are pretty rare. I pretty much wouldn't spend anything unless you look it up first and know if you want to sell it or not. So anyways, you recycle these, and then that resource I've got right there, you can spend this resource at this vending machine. So recycle decals, these are really good perks. So before returning to your waiting room, hold out with 1 HP just once when taking fatal damage. But that's on a raid. That's when you're playing like online, so not actually as useful as it sounds. What about this? Decrease the duration of paralysis when electrocuted. That's pretty good, and it's 2-star, which means it probably reduces it moderately to like a lot. I almost said severely. Special strengthening, increases max HP of the defender. So if you put it on a defender class, which, you know, there's different types of people you can make. When you first spawn, you can choose if they have more health, more defense, more melee damage, more range damage, or more carrying capacity. If you grab the defense guy, put this on him, and it increases his max health by 40%, which is insane. Negates the effects of enemies transparungus. That lets you see enemies when they're invisible, but that only happens when you're playing online, so negates the blindness effects. That's pretty cool. Master Builder. Attack power and defense +7 for war ensemble. Weapons and armor. See, we don't have that specific stuff. I mean, we do have some war ensemble stuff, like a SWAT uniform, like chest piece, like vest. Attack power and defense for Candlewolf. That's basically wands and magic stuff. Increase the attack of slashing weapons by 10%. That's cool. I've got one of those. Makes it harder to become groggy. Oh, that's cool. So basically, if we don't want any of these, we can also go to a blood name exchange. No, but look at the Ouroboros. I want that. The R point, the recycle point exchange. We could use this to get blueprints for stuff that we do want. Like this Iron Eagle armor is really cool, but 500,000, a million. We've only got 173k. We could use it to get this stuff too. Which, if we go to the store, we can see, like, oh, to upgrade our knight helmet, we might need, like, this piece right here that we don't have. We spent 125, we get one of them, we can upgrade it once, that kind of thing. I pretty much just, you know, if I find blueprints, I bring them back and recycle them, and just don't worry about it, you know. It all accumulates, you know. You're building up a little nest egg, you just don't worry about it. You're investing. It's not all going to come right away. Storing stuff. We probably don't want to store the weapons because they're really bad, but we can store invisibility cloak. Lets you rest without returning to the waiting room. Let's put those into our box because we don't want to die with them on us. And I don't want to use them right now. We use that during like a stream when we're on like a long journey. You can get some really cool, unique items in this game, by the way. One of my favorite mushrooms is a yoga mushroom, where when you eat it, your character does a different yoga pose, which is really funny. They get experience, which is nice, and it fills up their health and their rage meter. It's like just very fun. You know, this game has a lot of heart, and it's an RPG, you know. If you treat it like Dark Souls, or if you treat it like an action game, you might be pulling your hair out, but treat it like an RPG and just, you know, don't overdo it. You don't ever need to spend money in this game. Now, I don't want to be a hypocrite because I have spent probably $20 on this game to support it, but also at the same time, it was nice that I got something from supporting them, which was like the skull coins and access to the free elevator for like, I don't know how long it was, like 2 weeks or something. So I'm going to leave this menu, but we got a bunch of stuff from the people who came home, and we'll get more and more stuff as they show up. But this is the game kind of in a nutshell. I really have not showed off all the floor variety or all of the weapons and equipment we can get. In fact, if we just take a look here really quick, let's pull out like one of the cooler weapons. Man, so like the fireball baton is really good. Does exactly what it sounds like. You swing it and it throws fireballs, and it's really good. Pitching machine fires baseballs, and it's good as fuck. It's like it has an increased fire rate over time, so you like start firing, and it's like doom, 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 doom. And also these all have different abilities, right? So when you hold triangle and use the weapon, it might, like for Flame Wand, you hold triangle and you press the button trigger, he puts it above his head and spins it in a circle, and it just like flames all around him. Or maybe I'm thinking of this, actually, excuse me. The Flame Wand is good though. The Iron Claw, you can pull people's hearts out, but you also get like to jump forward with lunging attacks are really good. And if you see there, it builds poison really quickly. Oh wait, what is this? A flamethrower? I've never even used this. Ever. I don't even know how I got this. I must have gotten it from an expedition. That's so cool. Let's grab the iron claw. And let's grab like a cool helmet. And then we'll go ahead and equip these. Oops. So, see, you get this cool claw, and it's got these really cool attacks. You've got different combos you can do with R1 and R2. And then you can still always punch with your... we've also got this rifle, which you can, you know, obviously get headshots pretty easy with. If we wanted to, we could reload it. Oh, never mind, it was full already. Now we can reload it, though. And yeah, this game's just, you know, kind of a fun game to progress in. You can do it at your own pace. Trust me, if I've been playing this game for 6 years and I'm like at floor 26 out of 200, then you know, but I've heard people beat the first 40 floors in 3 months without spending any money, and I'm like, you're a psycho. If you want, you know, I found those people on Reddit, so go to Reddit apparently to find the best players of this game and get advice from them. For me, I'm just kind of telling you why I like it. I like it a lot. It's pretty fun. It's a nice little free game to get addicted to. You don't gotta spend any money. It is unfair, but it's an RPG. So when you start off, you're gonna be weak as fuck. Kill some enemies that you can manage on the first floor. Come back to here, level up, heal, go back out, do it again. Eventually you'll be able to buy something from here, like a baseball bat or whatever, and just go from there. It's easier as time goes on. I hope you guys try it out, because it's free. Like, literally, if you haven't tried it, and if you have tried it before, I mean, you can come back. I'm not going to try to sell you, right? I respect people's opinions, okay? If someone's an adult or even a child, it doesn't matter. If someone tells me, hey, I tried it and I just thought that this one aspect was really boring, I don't tell them, oh, maybe you just don't like shooters, or oh, maybe you just don't like free-to-play games, oh, maybe you just don't like video games, maybe you just don't like RPGs. No, what I tell them is, fair enough, right? If you didn't like this game before, nothing's really changed that would change your mind. But if you have never tried this game, it's like, I don't know, maybe 40 gigs or something. It's not that much space either. Just throw it on, try it out. You do need to be connected to the internet, I think. So if you don't have internet, you're just watching this on the 4G on your phone, then yeah, you might have to wait before you can play this. But it is hasn't gone anywhere this whole time, so hopefully it'll still be around when you give it a shot, if you do. Thank you for watching, obviously. My name is Green. If you haven't checked the channel, I've got a bunch of videos like this. I also have a lot of short form stuff, but if you check it out, that'd be great. I'm a small channel, so even just watching is a huge deal. Thank you a ton. If you want to like and subscribe or leave a comment or whatever, that's amazing and always appreciated. But mostly, thanks for watching. That's all you ever got to do. Thanks for giving me a shot. And I know I didn't say it yet, but yeah, what is up with this guy's mustache? The Charlie Chaplin? Is that what I should call it? Anyways, bye-bye. Thanks for watching.